Ever feel like there are so many new movies out there that it's hard to keep track of? Do you worry about wasting your precious time on a film you might not like? We're here to help. Each week, Screen Rant's New Movies team breaks down the latest releases in theaters, on VOD, and on streaming, including our personal recommendations, so you can decide what's worth checking out. It's the end of October, which means it's time for some good old-fashioned horror movies, but that's not all curious audiences can check out this week. With prestige pictures officially competing for award attention, it'd be easy to forget that there are also a lot of fun blockbusters, memorable indies, and sinister scary films landing this week. Some of the best include Emma Stone's latest collaboration with Yorgos Lanthimos, a creepy new riff on a classic horror icon, Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut, and one of the most acclaimed horror films of the year. Here are the new movies getting theatrical, VOD, and streaming releases this week, and which ones we think you should check out. New movies out in theaters this week. Halloween is typically a great time for scary movies, and audiences looking for a scare will find plenty to check out this week. Anniversary, Dracula, and Violent Ends will all be receiving a limited theatrical release this week, each with its own intense edges and elements, although action and musical fans alike should check out Bahubali, the epic in IMAX. The big wide release of the week is Begonia, which expands from its limited release last week to hit a wider audience. Projected to be a potential award season contender, lead new movies writer Brandon Zachary makes the case that the film is a strong script elevated by two stellar performances from Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. New movies available on VOD this week. VOD releases for the week lean largely independent, although the biggest new release has some real Hollywood pedigree behind the scenes. Indie films The Wrecker and Messy both offer unique experiences, but it's Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut, Eleanor the Great, that's most worth checking out. Earlier this year, New Movies editor, critic Rachel Labonte found a lot to love about it. Streaming is getting the most variety this week in terms of tone and genre, with period dramas like Hedda, action epics like Jurassic World, Rebirth, soulful dramedies like Sorry, Baby, and horror hits like Weapons all hitting streaming services. All four of them are solid in their own way, with lead New Movies writer Brandon Zachary loving Hedda in particular. Downtown Abbey by way of Saltburn, Hedda is a slick and sexy take on the period piece drama. Tessa Thompson delivers one of her best-ever performances in this twisty character drama that updates the classic play for the 21st century, with a blast of sexuality and gender politics that was missing from the original. Directed with a keen eye by Nia DaCosta, this film turns Thompson's take on the titular character into an emotional wrecking ball that no one really knows how to stop, including herself. Engrossing and funny without ever losing sight of the central tragedy of the source material, Hedda is a terrific time. Audiences with Peacock can revisit one of the biggest blockbusters of the year with Jurassic World Rebirth, which has a lot of fun with its premise. HBO Max has two winners this weekend too, including Sorry, Baby, which boasts one of the best-written films of the year. However, it's Weapons that movies writer Ross Tannenbaum can't help but highlight. Weapons is a wildly unique mystery thriller that blends horror and comedy brilliantly. It already starts with a great hook when 17 kids from the same class all leave their houses at the same time in the middle of the night, and run off into the darkness. However, that's only the beginning. As the town looks for the kids, the twists become more haunting and surprising. Zach Cregger's already delivered a genre-blending horror film with 2022's Barbarian, but Weapons is even better. I was captivated by his storytelling structure, as the mystery unfolds from each character's perspective. It also introduces a new horror icon and features a disturbing, yet hilarious ending that I will not spoil. In a year of great horror, Weapons stands out as one of the best of 2025.